Alright gang, you see the queen there. Gonna try to grab her and mark her. This was a split we had done a while back. She's looking good. I do not have my camera partner today, so I won't be able to get a picture of catching her, but I'll just grab her by the wings with my bare fingers, put her in a little cage and mark her. Hey gang, one indicator of a queenless condition in your colonies. Check this hive out. You notice since I've removed her, listen to them roar. If you've got a queenless hive, a lot of times this will be an indicator. You'll hear the hive will just be roaring. It means the conditions aren't right. Just a telltale sign, and show you here. I got her in the cage. I'll get her all marked up and we'll release her. Alright guys, I'm not sure if you can see her, but she's marked blue for the indicator of the year ending in 0, which is 20. And I'll put her back in her home. Just a second. I'll let the paint dry a little bit. I'll give her a couple minutes. Guys, if it's cold out, which it's not too bad today, but if it's cool in the, even if it's in the 60s with, good cold wind, you might even hold off on marking, but you'll stress them out if you get the queen cold. So this colony's light on resources, so I'll throw a frame of honey in with them. That will encourage them to start laying more, and of course you want to check your pollen, which this has good pollen, and they're really pulling the pollen in too. Nectar flow's going good now, but this colony doesn't have a great deal of field bees, and you got to be mindful of that. When you do splits, because if you do your splits, like the walk-away splits, in most cases, you're just going to be getting like nurse bees. And you want to have a great deal of nurse bees for them to tend to the existing brood and larvae. But just be mindful of that. Alright guys, so some workers come up to greet her. And I don't know if I was able to get it focused before she dropped down or not. Let me see. No, they come up and got her and she dropped down, I think, about the time I got the camera going. It takes a minute for it to focus. Alright guys, so I just popped open the split here. You can see the bees. I pulled 2 frames out to give me some room to work here. And you can see good numbers of bees on about 4 or 5 frames. So that right there, just at initial glance, is a good indication that they're doing pretty good. If I would have popped it open and there's just a dab of bees on a couple frames, you might look at boosting them, maybe add a frame of brood or check to see if there's any eggs or if they're queen right. These are just quick little things to look for, when you're maintaining splits. But so what I will do now is I'll break the frames apart, pull them out, and I'll check to see if it indicates queen right. I'll look for the queen visually, and then I'll look for telltale signs, eggs, larvae, brood, things like that. Just because you don't see her doesn't mean she's not in there. What I tell you earlier about the audible signals of the colonies, this colony is pretty quiet. So just, all the indicators thus far are pretty good. So I'll pop it open and check it out. Hey guys, checking splits. Pop this nuke open. Numbers look good at first glance. So I want to check for a multitude of things. Is the hive queen right? Does it show indications of being queen right? Does it have plenty of resources, honey and pollen for brood rearing? So popped it open, inspected the hive, and it's getting a little bit light on honey. So I added a honey frame to it, a full deep of honey. Found the queen, got her marked. And there she is. There's her buddy trying to bust her out. So it's good to go. So what I'll do now, I didn't see any indication. She's probably just mated. She's probably just mated, and I don't think, I didn't check too closely, but I didn't see any eggs or larvae. So she'll probably start laying hopefully pretty soon. So I'll check it in a week or two. And at that point, if it's indicating that she's properly mated and there's good brood and everything, then that'll be a good strong colony. All right, guys, so she's on the fabric there. I'm gonna show you her dropping down in the frame. So her little cage is tight on the top of the frame, and then she's starting to spiral down. There's her buddy saying, come on. And I wasn't trying to film it. I would have encouraged her by tapping her down on there, and then she'll usually just drop on down. I can't tell if she's in there or not. I think I still see a pointed abdomen, but I'll anyway, I was hoping she would drop down for you. Sometimes when you want to film stuff, it doesn't work out. Guys, for a split, this one's got decent numbers. Of course, I've seen the queen, which that's always a great indication. Say she's going to start laying soon if she hasn't. I didn't see any capped brood, and I didn't look too closely for eggs. It's not a whole lot of sunlight out, so the eggs on that light wax is really difficult to see without the proper lighting. But anyway, this colony's a little light on honey.